guys, I'm back yet again. I have got a plan again, surprisingly, but so I'm gonna do because we're now what, January, February, March, April, May, June, so we're now 6 months into year, so I'm gonna do like a mid-year sort of like what I've read so far, I'm thinking, and then like at the end of the year I'll do like a full like year reading wrap up, if you get me. So I'm thinking, so far, I'm going to go through and tell you like every book I've read so far this year. So I reckon it's probably like a fairly long video again. But yeah, I am going to sit where I filmed my last one. I'm also going to ignore my hair, like it got wet and yeah. But I'm going to sit where I filmed my last one, and the lighting's not giving. I'm pale anyway, but I look so pale. Like, I match my wall. This is embarrassing. Actually no, probably more my ceiling. Either way, you get me? I match that area and I don't like it. But I'm going to sit down there for the third time. I'm going to sit down there and film it because it's just easier sitting on the floor. And yeah, so let's go. Okay, we're going a slightly different angle because I changed my phone case and it's not sitting up there. But anyways, it works better here actually, I think. Yeah, I did have to make my bed though, so you're welcome because I never make it. Right, so far this year, when Goodreads wants to load, I have read 47 out of my 50 books. That's rude, it just refreshed. I'm on number 47, but I set 50 back in January, but I knew I was going to exceed it because last year I did 74 last year and I'm already at 47, so I've had quite a good year so far. According to this, I'm 25 ahead of schedule, so I could slow down a bit because I'm in a bit of a slump, which is just brilliant, but it's fine, we move. Anyways, okay, so, and also a lot of them I've had this year are arcs. Okay, so, let's go. I feel like I was breathing like really heavily in that last clip, but I did, as I say, just throw my bed together, so that's probably why, because I've got a double bed and I've only got like little arms and it doesn't work, so just bear with me. Okay, so the first one I read was Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'll put all of these somewhere on the screen as I go. Oh my god, so I finished 2 on literally New Year's Eve, bang on midnight pretty much. Well, just before, but I just scooted them over to this year because it was too late for last year's one. So Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I am obsessed. So I'm not really a fantasy kind of reader, but we make exceptions for Powerless because, oh my god, the tension between Payton and Kai had me feral. So good. And I need Reckless to hurry up because of that ending, excuse me, I need it. I need it. Can we just like scoot forward to, when is it, July? When it comes out? July 2nd. Can we just like, you know, hurry? Only a couple of weeks, but still, I need it. Okay, and then the other one I finished was Hail by Anastasia White. So that was an arc. Hail is out now. It came out on the 12th of January. So Hail's like a football. So Anastasia wrote my favourite series, The Sins on Ice. But Hail's a slightly different series. So it's the number 1 in the Hales Brothers series. And it's a best friend's brother. So, oh my god, what's her name? Piper is, her best friend Hayden is Hunter Hale is his brother. And Piper and Hayden are really good friends. I'm trying to just summarise it down, so if I keep looking down, I'm looking at this. So it's like a nanny and her boss sort of thing. You need to go read that. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so if you've got that, go get it. Go read it, because, oh my god. And the spice? We have a cruel to me scene. Yes, please. Yes, flipping please. I will take that. I will eat that up every single time. So good. So they were my first 2 of the year. Then from there, I then went on to Consider Me by Becca Mack. So good. So good. So I got sent that one back in December when like the redo of the covers were first like released. So I got sent that one by Simon and Schuster. I think that's how you say it. Schuster. I can't say it. Oh, it's raining. I can't say it, but I got sent it by the publisher. And then I got the other two for Christmas, I think it was. And so I had the whole series and I didn't want to start it till I had the other two. But oh my god, I did read all three of them back to back. So good. My favourite still definitely has to be Unravel Me. I don't know if you've heard me talk about it enough times on here, especially on my Instagram. I constantly am going on about that book. But oh my god, so good. Definitely recommend you go read those three. And the fourth one is actually coming out soon. So Fall With Me, which is book number 4, is coming out on the 30th of July. Best believe July is going to be a very busy month for me. And then there is going to be number 5, but I don't know when that's coming out. It doesn't say. Becca, please hurry up and give us it. So this one is so book 1 is Carter and Olivia. Book 2 is Garrett and Jenny. And book 3 is Adam and Rosie. So they're the 3 couples that are out at the minute. Book 4 is on Jackson and I don't know. Can't find her name. Lennon. So book 4 is Jackson and Lennon, and book 5 is Cara and Emmett. Oh my god, the whole like found family dynamic they all have. I love it. It's so like cute and wholesome. So book 1, the tropes are, if I can find them, I'll put them on the screen here. So that's the tropes for the first one that will be on the screen because I can't remember them. The second one is brother's best friend, kind of like forced proximity in a way because they're neighbours. And it's a bit like enemy. I can't talk. Enemies to lovers. It's a little bit in that sort of sense. Very similar sort of tropes to the Dixon Rule, if you've read that. But again, if they're the main 3, so if there's any I think of, I'll put them on the screen. And then the the third one, Adam and Rosie's book, it is single mum. She's a single mum. I also can't find the tropes for this. It's on the goalie, and we all know how I feel about a goalie book. I love them. I love the goalies. Again, if I can find the tropes, I will put them here. Again, can't find the tropes, but yeah, so good. I love it. And it's kind of like he takes them in and like he treats her kid like one of his own because like he's wanting to settle down. There's problems that you'll find out in the previous books about his ex-girlfriend. Yeah, but it was really good. And I did all 3 books in 3 days, pretty much, within 3 days of each other. So I loved them. Then the next one after them is Loved Redesigned, which is book number 1 of the Lakefront Billionaires. And book number 2 is getting in my hands today. So this is currently the 11th of June, by the way. So that is coming into my inbox today. So I will be like MIA for the next however long reading that. But, oh, I've just gone back to the top. That's rude. Book number 1, I loved it. It was like childhood friends to lovers. Yes, please. Every time. I'm a sucker for childhood friends to lovers. So that was just perfect. But I love them. And Dahlia and Julian. Yes, please. Oh my god. Like, they're not enemies, but they're like tension between them. And then the fact they have to work together. And then obviously fall in love. Yes, please. Yes, please. And then the next one, which is coming in today, is A Single Dad. Yes. Gimme. Okay. Then the next book I then read after that is Flawless by Elsie Silver. So this was my first ever cowboy romance I read, actually. By that point I was hooked. You'd never see me not reading a cowboy romance, no. Like, never again to be like, oh, I don't like cowboy romances. No, quite the opposite. I want every single cowboy romance there is. So if you know any like cowboy romance books, please leave them down below. That I'm not going to mention just now. Leave them down because I need to read more. So this one is kind of forbidden because it's his boss's daughter and obviously him. And she's like his PR manager, I think. Yeah, his PR manager. I love a little workplace romance, and that was quite what I needed. After the 3 of the Playing for Keeps, and then the first one of The Lakefront Billionaires, it was just like a completely different kind of vibe, and I loved it. Then next one I read was Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. So that was like my 3rd time I think it was reading it. It's one of my favourite books, and so I went through, it's right here actually, I went through and annotated it because I finally obviously got the physical copy. Oh my god, I love this book. Like, look how cute. So I actually did like a tab system on the front for it. There's loads of weird noises. I don't know if you can hear them. But I went through, I did this in a day. I annotated this whole book within a day. But you can see all my tabs. You can't very well actually. But where's my favourite little annotation? One I did. But every little like, you know, if you've read Better Than Movies, you know what I mean when I say the little like quotes at the start, these bits. I went through and annotated every single one of them. But there's one of them I love so much that I annotated and I can't find it. And the fact one of my favourite movies also get mentioned in this book, I completely forgot that until I reread it. There we go, that one. I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her, from Notting Hill. I need to watch that show actually. But the fact it mentioned To All the Boys I've Loved Before in here made me really happy. Ah! That's the dust cover of a funny story because that's my current read. Like my current physical read. Okay. And I hate having dust covers on hardbacks. Okay, so that's Better Than the Movies. I'm going to put my ratings when I put like the covers. I'll put my rating underneath it. Okay, then next one was Heartless by Elsie Silver. I'm a Kate girly for life. I love that man. I love him. I love him a lot. I've got a sore throat, so that's why I'm drinking loads, but I can't let you guys down. So I will persevere, which is fine. Okay, so then Heartless. Yes, flip him, please. I'm going back and I'm rereading the whole of Chestnut Springs over summer. But yes, it's like the grumpy sort of oldest brother. Him and I want to say his son's called Lucas. Is it Lucas? I can't find it. Luke. I was close. But oh, it's now. Wait, I'm a friend of her. Anyways, I love him and how he is such a good dad to his little boy. Yeah, I have found her. Yeah, and then Willa. I love Willa. I can't tell whether I want to be Kate or I want to be Willa. I love both of them. They're both perfect for each other. And is it just me, right? Or if you've read, oh my god, I can't talk today. If you've read Heartless and Twisted Hate, you'll know what I mean when I say Willa and Jules should be best friends. Those girls would be unstoppable. I love both of them. Like, her and Jules are my spirit animals. I love them both. I love like a little feisty redhead. Then the next one was Crossed by Emily McIntyre. It's only the second one of her books I've read. And I've read book 4 and 5 of the Never After series. So I haven't read 1, 2, 3. And obviously not the 6th one, which is coming soon. But I loved it. Cade. Another Cade, funny enough. That book made me want to read Priest by Sarah Simone, I think it is. Made me want to read that book because what is there about a religious, heavily religious, like, leader of church man being so unreligious, if you get what I mean, if you know, you know. I love me a little dark romance. That one right there, I'm pointing at it, that hit the spot. That was my first dark romance of the year, I think. Yes, it was. That was my first dark romance of the year, and I ate that up. Okay, then the next one was Powerless by Elsie Silver. Now, I don't know whether it was just me, but I didn't like it. I loved Jasper, I loved Sloane. I just didn't like the book. I found it was really slow. But, as I say, that could be me, so I am going to definitely go back and reread it, because I've heard nothing but good things about it. And that made me think, oh, like, is it just me, or what? But, I don't know. It was okay. I think I rated it 3-star? 4-star. Okay, I rated it 4-star, so it weren't horrible. It was just, I don't know. And my foot's going dead. That's not nice. The next one I then read was The Puck Arrangement by Trinity Lem. That was also an arc. Oh my god. So good. It's like a college hockey romance. And like the 4 of them are roommates. And they kind of had a rule. You know, like in Off Campus, where Garrett did like the campus off, hands off rule, campus wide even, campus wide hands off rule, similar to that, but within the 4 roommates. We all know no one's going to stick to that, don't we? And then book 2 of that's coming out soon, I think. Let it work. If I can find it, I'll put a picture on the screen because I can't find it right now. But I want to say book 4's book 4. Where did book 4 come from? Excuse me. I want to say book 2 is coming soon. The Ice Bet, I think it's called. If I can remember off the top of my head. And I'll put like covers and that on here, so you can go check them out for yourself. I'm just kind of giving what I can remember from them, because these, at the minute, I'm in January still, I think. So, how do I edit dates? Yeah, I'm still at the end. I'm at the end of January now. So, we've read quite a few, and we're only, well, I've got 15 minutes worth of film, and I'm only at the end of January. Okay, I just don't want to like have like 20 minutes worth of clip to keep cutting up. Okay, so then the next one was a reread of Throttled by Lauren Asher. And I love it. I love. Not my favourite of that series, I will say. I think it gets better as it goes on. But I loved it. I love it. I love it so much. I don't know how many more times I can say I love it. You get me? Then the next one, I then also did a reread of A Court in Thorns and Roses, because I wanted to reread that whole series. Spoiler alert, I did not end up rereading that whole series. I kind of stopped halfway through because I want to have time where I can like properly sit down and read the whole thing properly. Because when I first read that one for the first time, I went in a massive flump, like say, I don't know, in the middle of it. And I was like, great, like, I can't remember much from this. So I'm going to reread. Because I saw everyone talking about ACOTAR and that. And then it got to it. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then, yeah. So then I stopped and switched to a different book. Because I want to put all my thought to it. Then the next one after that, I finished God of Wrath, which is the 3rd of the Legacy of God series. I love it. I think I rated it 4-star. Yeah, 4-star. So this one is on... So... If you've heard of Rena Kent, you may know of the Renaverse. I want to say there's something like 20 books or something like that in the Renaverse. And they're all interconnected in a way. So like the series before Legacy of Gods is their parents. I want to say it's the Royal Elite, I think. Yeah. The Royal Elite series is the parents of the Legacy of Gods characters. And so this book is on Jeremy Volkov and... she begins with a C, and I've forgotten her name. Cecily. So, Jeremy is like part of the Volkov family. I want to say his dad's called Alex Volkov. Not that Alex, a Twisted Love Alex. I want to say his dad was Alex Volkov as well. And then Cecily is friends with Glyndon from the first book. If you've read the Rena Kent ones, the Royal Elite, 'cause I haven't, and you've read this and you're watching this, can you tell me below what Jeremy's dad's called? Because I cannot remember. Off the top of my head, I could not remember. So please tell me, because my brain's blanked and I need my Rena Kent girlies to tell me. So, or is it Adrian? Adrian Volkov, just found it. Don't worry, don't we panic. I found it, Adrian Volkov. So I was close. I knew it began with an A and was similar to Alex. Okay, then after that, I read Say You Swear, which is actually right here, so I don't have to insert a cover. Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I liked it. The only thing I didn't like about it is the amnesia trope. It would have been a 5-star if that wasn't in it. That's the only thing that let the book down for me. But can we just talk about how floppy that is? Like, yes please. And I want to say they're changing the cover to this, which will make, I've got an itchy nose, which will make me really disappointed because I love this cover. Like, it's gorgeous and that light's catching it at such a wrong angle. And that's not important. Like, see how pretty that is? But yeah, it was a 4-star, as I say, because of the amnesia trope. But if you've seen like clips and that on this book, then you'll know what I say when I say about the football game scene where her brother gets injured and Noah runs over to the camera to let her know he's okay, because that was the bit that made me want to read this book. Like, I had it and I hadn't really seen much on it that was like, oh, I want to read this really badly. Then I saw that and I was like, I need to find that book and I need to devour it, which I did. I got to about I can't even remember. I can't even think where. I can't even think where everything kind of went. Ah, right. Almost there. Okay, almost there. Oh, I remember that bit as well. Oh. Oh. Okay, so I got to about chapter 36, which is there. So not far from the end. That's when, kind of spoiler, but that's when the amnesia trope kind of kicks in here. And I just remembered another trope, which I can't remember where it was mentioned, so I'm not going to say anything about it. Yeah. So it's about chapter 36, chapter 37, where the trope kind of kicks in. And you kind of lost me by that point, because I don't like it. But they got over it, so it was fine. But I was just like, oh, like, she's forgotten. Sorry. She's forgotten, she's lost her memory. Like, how are they going to bring this one back around? But they did. And it was pretty good. But, I don't know. But no, it was a 4-star. I think 4-star? Well, I can't tell you because I don't have my review on here. Yeah, my review's not on Goodreads. It's only on my Instagram, so I couldn't tell you. But, yeah. Then the next one is Done and Dusted, which is literally just above you here, by Lila Sage. Another cowboy romance? Yes. Yes, please. So good. So good. It's similar to the Chestnut Springs, but different in a way. I want to say I gave it a 5-star. It was that good. Yeah. I did actually put a review on here. So I did 70% of it, apparently. I'm reading my review. But I did, from what this says, 70% of it in a day. So it's really fast paced because of how little it is. I want to say it's something like 300 odd pages. 356 pages, so it's a really little book. It's a good, fun little, like, quick read. Then the next one I did was King of Greed by Ana Huang. Now I thought, how are they going to do Alessandra and Dominic, because they're already married? What could happen? Apparently so much could happen. And I love the fact that this book was the definition, like, obviously once the big whoo sort of happened. I love how the book's the definition. I've got something on my lip. What? Is the definition of, like, if he wanted to, he would. Like, not at the start, because if you read it, you'll know what I mean when I say not at the start. It was not if he wanted to, he would. Well, actually, no. In the flashback scenes, it was. And then, obviously, once Alessandra was like, yeah, no, I've had enough now. It was like, if he wanted to, he would do that. And he did do that. Like, it just shows how much it would take to get the girl you love back. But, yeah, I gave that one a 4.5. I'm now going to give you my reviews, apparently. The next one, Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. Absolutely destroyed me. I'm obviously a massive Magnolia Parks girly, and I was waiting so long for that one to come out. Got it on release day, sobbed my eyes out by chapter 18, because I can't say without spoiling The Long Way Home, but if you know, you know. What destroyed me then, destroyed me again in chapter 18. And then, yeah, like, I love Magnolia and BJ. And then when it got to the end of the book, I was like, oh my god, that's the last Magnolia and BJ book. Which is kind of sad, but I'm happy they got their happy ending. So, yeah. But I might actually do a whole, like, reread Magnolia Park series vlog, because that I think will be quite good. Because that's my favourite series. And then it might be a spoiler included one. I don't know. But yeah, it was so good. I loved it. Then after that, I just wanted something like quick, fun, you know. So I read Betting on You by Lynn Painter. That's a really, like, close fight with Better Than the Movie. It's my favourite one. So they're kind of interconnected with each other in a way. Because I want to say Charlie is Wes's cousin. But I can't remember fully. But I want to say they're related in a way. And I love it. I love them both. I love everything. I don't really want to say much about books right now, because I don't know what will count as spoilers and what won't. So I'm trying to read the descriptions and work it out. But I can't work it out. I physically cannot tell. So this one's about Bailey and Charlie, who kind of didn't really like each other at first. Then they kind of became friends. So they wanted to prove the point that boys and girls cannot be friends. Can be friends? Yeah, they can't just be friends. And so Charlie reckons they can't, Bailey reckons they can. And so, hence the name Betting on You. They bet against each other. And whoever won the bet, I can't remember what happens. So yeah, then to keep Bailey's mum happy, because Bailey's mum got a new boyfriend, and to keep them happy, they went under the fake dating idea. We know fake dating's a slippery slope. That proved. Bailey lost the bet. I'm sure you could tell. But yeah, it was really good. I loved it. Then I was kind of in my little bit of like a YA era. So I then read Checkmate, which is the 4th book by Ali Hazelwood I've now read, and her first YA book. I really liked it. Like, I know nothing about chess. Couldn't tell you a single thing. Ones I don't have the physical copy, like, at the tops of these stacks, I will hold, like, put on the screen here in this gap, because I'm not digging, because I will, like, have the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but the Leaning Splat of Pisa. and I will be under said splat. Anyways, so Checkmate on Goodreads, like, it's a total, like, overall ratings are 3.99. I think it could be higher, but I don't think many people liked it because of the chess aspect, because I find chess is really hard to understand. But I loved it. I loved the whole kind of like tension between the two of them as well. And then it actually made me want to play chess. I can't play chess, I don't have the intelligence for that. But no, I love it. It's really cute. A cute little like, ah. Then I did a reread of Sin Bin and annotated it because that is one of my all-time favourite books and I did not regret that. Not at all. Didn't regret it. Loved it. Then the next one I read was September Doves by, sorry if I say your name wrong, Emerson Hoyt. I think that's how you say it. So September Doves is part of a duet. I can't think what the duet's called. Does it say on here? Yeah, the Jackals and Vipers duet. So it's the first book in that. And it's like a Robin Hood retelling in like a small town. And yeah, so it's about Riley and Archer. So Archer, where did I get Archer from? It's Colton Archer. So Riley is kind of like this college girl who escapes that town due to her grieving sister. There's a little bit more in there. But to do with her grieving sister, she leaves and heads back to the small town. Well, heads to the small town her sister's in. And it's a bit like, oh, this is a really weird sort of small town. And then she meets Colton, who's like the tattooed bad boy, you know? Yeah, it's really good. And then it all kicks off. She kind of becomes really in like the main close group. And then, what have I just done? Oh, nothing. And then something happens and she has to choose between losing them all or losing the one she loves. So yeah, and then that then leads into the second book, which I read later on. But really good. Go check that one out. Again, on Kindle Unlimited. So you can go read that. Then the next book I read was Reckless by Elsie Silver. My second favourite in that series. I didn't know about the accidental the accidental pregnancy trope, but Elsie Silver, I think, can write any trope. I've come to conclusion. She can do any trope, any sort of theme, and she can devour it. She cannot do wrong. But no, I love Reckless. And I actually loved Winter. Like, in the first book, when we first met her in Flawless, I was a bit like, I don't like you. You're a bitch. And then when I actually, like, kind of got her story in Reckless, I was like, oh, like, I feel bad for hating on you. Like, you didn't deserve that. But it was really good. The next one I read after Reckless, so that kind of put me into a little bit of a slump, I'm not gonna lie, but it's because of how good it was. So the next one I read after that was Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. Now, I've seen Steph Bora go on about it and how good it is and how much she loves it, and I was like, I really want to read this. Could I find it anywhere? No. Did I want to order it off Amazon? Also no. And then I went into my smaller local Waterstones, because I've got two. I've got a big one in like the town centre and a smaller one in a Next. My British people, you'll know what Next is, but my one's got Waterstones in it, a little Waterstones. So I went in there, I was looking around, and I always like to look at the sports biographies because as a massive F1 fan, I am keeping my eyes peeled for the Charles Leclerc one. I really want it. He's one of my favourite drivers, so it's a given. And then I saw next to it, it was like biographies and memoirs and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'll just have a quick look here to see if it might be in there. The bright yellow of Everything I Know About Love was right in front of me. And I was like, you're coming home with me. It did. It came home with me. It is now heavily annotated. Let me get it. This could go horribly wrong. No. So this is the cover. It's actually really pretty. It is like a paper cover though, which I'm not a big fan of. But so I was sat there reading it with my little yellow highlighter and my black pen, and I went through it and I loved it. It was so good. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was such like a conversational sort of book, and you felt like you were best friends with Dolly. Like, look at that. Like, I was loving this. And you actually felt like you were best friends with her and you were part of her life, which I love about it. Like, it's really wholesome. And it kind of got you thinking in a way. Like, oh, like, you know, I shouldn't throw away my life just to kind of live up to this expectation. You know? It's the best way to put it, I think. But no, I loved it. And I just love everything about it. So good. It was my first memoir I'd ever read as well. First one of Dolly's books. I think I'm going to read more of hers. But good. Definitely recommend. If you haven't read it, go read it. Go read it? Go read it. I do love the American version of this though. Of like the blue cover. That's really pretty. And then on Vinted I also saw the hardback version of it. The hardback's gorgeous. So it's got like this colour actual book. And then the dust cover, it's got the same sort of front on it. But it's in yellow and pink, and I thought I need that in my life. I didn't buy it because I didn't. It was so expensive as well. Like, someone was charging so high for it, and I was like, like, I don't want to buy that at that price. But the American version is so pretty. It's like that colour blue, and then pink and green, I think. That reddy pink or yellow and green. I love it. It's really pretty. I just love that book. So then after that, I read Black Ties and White Lies by Kat Singleton. Rated it 5-star, I think. I think if I ever read it again, it wouldn't be a 5-star. But it was just because I was kind of like, I just need something like, you know, quick to get through. Oh, I don't want to do that. It's fairly long actually, 418 pages. I had wanted to read it for a while. It didn't live up to my expectations, I'm not gonna lie. Now thinking about it, I was like, this isn't the best, but I might give it another go, I might not, I don't know. Then after that, I then read the second one of the Jackals and Vipers duet, so that is Summer Sparrow. Again, Emerson Hoyt, I'll put the picture on the screen. I loved it. I loved it. I can't say anything really about this one without spoiling it. But it leads on from the way the last one ended. And yeah, I don't know how much I can say because I can't. Then the next one was an arc of Need Your Peace by Mariah Goodwin. I rated it 4. I can't remember anything about it, I'm not going to lie. So it's the third book in Tampa Thunder series, which are hockey romances. But because I hadn't read the other two in the series, I didn't know much about this book going into it. But it was a brother's best friend, and I did find Penny, who is the female main character, was literally the fictional version of me, which I loved. But yeah, it was good, don't get me wrong. I just didn't really know much about it. Then the next one after that was Lonely for You Only by Monica Murphy. We're just gonna like insert the crickets noise. No. I rated it 2 stars. Should be lower. It's now 1 star. I didn't like it. It was too fast, if that makes sense. Like, you didn't even get to really properly meet the characters. And they were already like obsessing over each other. And it was just like, has got a really pretty cover though, I will say that. But then the next one I read was Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. So that's the third and final book in the Knock 'Em Out series. It was really good. I loved it. I need to put this somewhere. Put that there for now. It was the third book in the Knock 'Em Out series and I loved it. Really good. So this one's on Lucian and Sloane, so Sloane's the town's I can't talk today. Librarian, and Lucian is Knox and Nash's best friend, their childhood best friend. And so when they were younger, Sloane and Lucian were like really good friends. Pardon me. They used to be neighbours, and then something happened which I don't think I can say. But basically, they were like really good friends. Then they kind of went to enemies, and then they were enemies with benefits. Yes, please. Really good. But no, definitely recommend. Then the next book I read was Trinity Point by Tyra Lynn. Oh my god, that is such a summary book. Really good. Really, really good. So it was about Parker and Ben. So Parker went to this small like beach town because I want to say her uncle and aunt left her this beach house to use for the summer. And so she met Ben, who was like the one next to there. And then they went from complete strangers to friends to lovers. And then, yeah, it was just over such a short space of time. But Tyra did such a good job with it. And I can't spoil how it ends, obviously. But, no, it was really good. I rated that 5-star. Then the next one I read was Butcher and Blackbird. I've never eaten cookies and cream ice cream since. That's the only thing I can say. I really want to reread it, but I can't look at cookies and cream ice cream the same. I can't think what the other trigger warnings were on here. Some of them made me giggle. No, I can't find it. Oh my god, there's the third. When's that coming out? Next year. I still need to read the second one, but still. Ooh, it's a pretty cover actually. Scythe and Sparrow. It's orange. That's really pretty. I need to read the second one, but that was good. Then the next one was Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I read Fourth Wing in November, I want to say. And was it? Might have been September. I can't remember, but I read Fourth Wing last year. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And then I got Iron Flame just before New Year's. And I put it off because the size of it was scaring me. But then it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to read it. Actually, I think I did one like the Instagram picks my reads. And I did that. And I got my followers to pick my read. And they picked that one. It was a 3-star for me. I just found it dragged on too much. It really dragged on so much that, I'm sorry, my foot keeps going dead, that I just didn't like it. Really didn't like it. No, it weren't for me. I rated it 3. Would I go back and read it again? No. Did I think it dragged on too much? Yeah. Did I finish it though? Almost. The throne scene though. Yeah. But it was just Then the next one I read, well, did I read it? No, I DNF'd it. Was Sick Boys by Clarissa Wilde. What? Just what? If you've read that and you like that, in the nicest way possible, are you okay? Like, in the most nicest way I can say that, are you actually okay? Because what was that? That was like the sauna scene and the cave scene, Catacombs Cave, whatever you want to call it. Those scenes from Devil's Night on steroids. No, not for me. That was a 1-star. Didn't read the rest of that series. Because then I saw the rest of them were very similar to it and I was like, no thanks. Then the next book I read was My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen. For starters, I love that cover. That is so pretty. Second of all, if you haven't read that, you need to read it. So it's about Romeo and Dallas. I'm trying to work out a description where I can like tell you about it. But it's about Romeo and Dallas, and it's like an arranged marriage because of some circumstances that happen. it's an arranged marriage, and so, you know, like, it's like a typical arranged marriage in the best way to put it. But I loved Park. Where did I get Parker from? I'm going off the author. I loved Dallas. I did find some points she was really childish. That's the only thing I would say. But I loved her overall. And Romeo was your typical, like, grumpy millionaire, sort of big boss guy, you know? But no, it was really good. Then after that, I went to God of Ruin by Rena Kent. I rated it 4-star. It weren't brilliant, but it weren't bad. I thought it was cute how she did it about, I've forgotten her name. It begins with an M. Mia. It's about Mia and Landon. So Landon is Glyndon from the first book, and Landon and Brandon, you know. Brandon from the last book. It's their brother, so Brandon's twin brother. It's about him and Creighton, I want to say, his cousin. Or is it Nico? It's one of their cousins. Or it might be Killian's cousin. I can't remember. But it's one of their cousins. I found it really cute how she did it, and she was mute. But Then the next book I read was, I finally finished the Chestnut Spring series. So it's Hopeless by Elsie Silver. It was really cute. I loved it. It did kind of go really slow at the start, but it was so cute. We're now in April, by the way, so we're almost done. But no, overall, I did really like it. Yeah, I liked Bailey. She was lovely. And I did love I can't say his name, Bubo, since the first book. So I kind of just thought, oh, it's good, I'm gonna love him. And I did. But yeah, no, it was really good. Then after that, I went to The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I'm obsessed. I've got a 5-star read video that will be out before this, where I do kind of go into some of these in a little bit of like further detail. Yeah, it's coming out on the 12th. This will be out on 19th, this video, I think. Yeah, I reckon it'll be the 19th this one comes out. So hopefully you would have seen the other video before seeing this one. But yeah, no, as I say, I'll go into detail in there a bit more on it. Then I went back and did a reread of Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. It's one of my favourite series. And then my friend, it was quite funny, she texted me the other day and she was like, have you read the Devil's Night series? Like, I'm considering getting it. I was like, yes. I just spammed her with yes. She knows I love it, so that's why she knew to ask me. Yeah, it was really good. I love it. I really love it. Then Breakaway by Anastasia White. This was meant to be in my 5-star video, but I lost it. That clip. I lost that clip, so it's not in that video. So I can go into a bit more detail here. So Breakaway, I rated it 5-star. It's by Anastasia, so of course it's a 5-star. But it is on Neve and Roman. So Roman is Colton and Drake. It's their teammate. And then Neve is Angie from the second book of the series, her best friend. And they got like an unexpected wedding in Vegas, the two of them. So they went to Vegas together. I can't think why. Oh, he was just going to go on like a solo trip to Vegas, and then he turned to her and he was like, do you want to come with? And she was like, sure. So they went on an impromptu trip to Vegas. They got married in Vegas. And so they played off the marriage throughout the season. And at the end of the season, they were going to end it. I can't say any more without spoiling. But sorry, I keep playing with my hair. It's bugging me and I don't like it. I loved it. If you haven't read that, actually the whole series, go read all of Anastasia's books. Just go on like a massive binge. And she did put something out the other day on her Instagram, if you go check it out, about Power Play, which is going to be book number 4 and the last book, I think, in the series, which is going to be on Clay and Layla. So Clay is the goalie of their team, and Layla is Drake's sister, and Ava from the first book, her best friend. Go watch that. Single mum. Tropes just got revealed. And there's also something on her new series coming, which is, I want to say it's the Breaking Rules duet. Go check out her Instagram. I've mentioned it in my first video, but it's Anastasia White Author. I think that's what it is. I'll put it on the screen. But go check that out and go give her a follow, because she really deserves it. She deserves to have more people. So then after that, I was kind of in my hockey era. So I then went to the Graham Effect, because the Dixon Rule's coming soon and I really wanted to read it. I read the Graham Effect. 4 stars. I liked it, and I loved all the cameos of the like original off-campus guys. It was really cute. But yeah, then I went to King of Sloth by Anna Huang. I loved it. Was just off a 5-star. I just found it dragged ever so slightly. Like, The Kings of Sin is one of my favourite series, and that is book number 4. I liked Xavier, I liked Sloane. As I say, it just kind of dragged ever so slightly, and her mum was getting on my nerves. Well, not her mum, her stepmom was getting on my nerves. But no, it was good. Overall, it was really good. It was written by Anna, of course it was good. Then I read The Dixon Rule. That's also in my 5-star video. So go check it out. Oh no, I thought that was my email with Love Unwritten coming through. It weren't. Then I read The Dixon Rule, which, as I say, is in my 5-star video. Really good. I got sent it by the publisher again. Oh my god, if you haven't read that, but you've read the first one, go read it. So worth the read. I love Diana and I love Shane, and I just love them together. Although it is a bit emotional, so make sure you have some tissues on hand. Then next one was Gridlocked on the Gridiron by Vi Denton. Sorry if I say your name wrong. I gave it a 4.5. I did love it. I really loved it. The only thing that let me down is that it's written in third person, is the only thing I will say. That's the only bit that let it down. But it's a footballer and a PR manager, and it's a rivals to lovers, which I loved. So I did, as I say, get it as an arc, and I did find, though, it was written in third person, and it was so easy to like connect to the characters, which was really good. I think it's out. Yeah, it came out on the 29th of May. I think it's on Kindle Unlimited. If so, go check that one out too. Then I read Just for the Summer by, here we go again, Abby Jimenez. I'm just going to leave it like that. Again, in my 5-star read video. So it will be in more detail on there. But oh my god, it's my first book by Abby. I loved it. Obsessed. I need to read more. So good. Yeah, go check it out. Definitely go check it out. Then I read The Worst Best Man by Lucy Score. Another 1-star, I'm afraid. I DNF'd it. Third person. Which I was really excited to read it. I'm not going to lie, because it sounded amazing. I probably will go back and give it another go. But I was so excited to read it. Then I was like, oh, it's in third person. This is really difficult. I got to page 9, I think. And I was just like, I'm going to have to DNF this. I can't keep up with it. I'm struggling really bad. But yeah. Then after that, just because it kind of put me in a little bit of a slump, I then read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, a reread of it. I don't really have anything to say because it's a reread. But yeah, I do like it. I just find it's a little bit, it gets better, the series gets better as it goes on. I think the final offer is my favourite, which is book number 3. I'm a Cal girly. I love Cal. I love him. Okay, so that's everything I've read so far this year. And then I'm just going to quickly talk about my current reads. So my current physical read is Funny Story by Emily Henry. We've only got the dust cover because my book's over there. But so far, I'm like only something like 30 pages in and I'm already obsessed. It's written by Emily Henry, so of course I'm going to be obsessed. But I can't think what it is. So Daphne and Miles had a little bit of a crisis. And so did Miles. They were in the exact same situation. Oh, oops. Does it say? Yeah, so it says Daphne always loves the way Peter told their story. That's until it became the prologue to his actual love story with his childhood bestie Petra. Which is how Daphne ends up rooming with her total opposite and the only person who could possibly understand her predicament, Petra's ex, Miles. So if you can gather by that, Peter and Petra. So Peter was engaged to Daphne and Petra was dating Miles. They snuck off. They end up getting together and leaving Miles and Daphne. Okay, that's just quick off the blab. And then it says, as expected, it's not a match made in heaven. That's until one night, while tossing back tequilas, they form a plan. What is it with books and tequilas going wrong? Similar thing from Reckless. And it involves posting deliberately misleading photos of their adventures together. Well, who could blame them? But it's all just for show, of course, because there's no way Daphne would actually start her new chapter by falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex, right? Yes, please. Oh, is that the tequila scene on this cover? Maybe. I don't know, but it sounds really cute and it's written by Emily Henry, so of course I'm going to read it. And then, so that's my physical current read. And then let me just get my Kindle to load up. Then on Kindle, I am currently reading an arc of, where's the cover? Our Darkest Summer by Hanger E. Pavel. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Oh, damn. Okay, it's page 60 I need to go to. I'm on chapter 8, I think. It's giving me like a more grown up Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I think. Yeah, it's giving me like a very grown up version of Good Girl's Guide to Murder with more of the romance aspect I'm finding so far. But oh my god, it's amazing. So good. I definitely recommend reading it when it comes out. I can't think off the top of my head when it comes out. 28th of June it comes out. You need to read it when it comes out. It's so good. If you love A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, you will love that. I'm telling you now. So good. Right, so I think we're going to call it there for a day on this video, because this is going to be another really long one, which is going to be great fun for me to edit, because my last long video took like an hour to export. But it's fine. I would just punch myself in the chin, but it's fine. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I might go film some more, I don't know. So I should have like a whole load just to like bum, schedule, mass post, you know? But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.